Hey, how's it going? My name is Toby Pasta, and welcome to Toby Pasta Frights, where I talk about horror movies. Today, I thought I would share 5 horror movies that I truly love. I think that would be a good way to kick off this channel, a good place to start. So, I've been into horror for around 9 years now. Next year, it's going to make 10 years that I'm heavily invested in horror movies. I picked out 5 from my collection that I personally love. Like, I can watch these movies over and over. All right, so in no particular order, let's see. I'm gonna go and start with Ouija, Origin of Evil. Why did I choose this as one of my most favorite horror movies of all time? It connects to the love of horror movies that I have, and it's also a very interesting spooky vibe. So back in 2014, I fell in love with horror movies after seeing the first Ouija movie. And this one is a prequel to that movie. This one's the better cousin of the Ouija movies. It just brings back those good vibes of me enjoying my moment watching Ouija in theaters. I saw this one in theaters too, and this one was I screamed quite a bit. This one's a fun one to watch. But also the vibe of this, it's 1960s. Like the way it's filmed, it just emulates like if you were in that time. The whole movie has an overlay that matches like an old film. I think maybe 35 millimeter, 50 millimeter, whatever the popular film millimeter was back then, because now they shoot movies digitally, but back then everything was made with film. So it's very, very cool to recreate that vibe and give the mystifying Ouija board a chance to bring on the scares. Lulu Wilson is one of my favorite horror actresses, and she did a phenomenal job at being possessed in this movie. I don't want to give too many spoilers about this, but if you do want to see a video about me talking about Ouija Origin of Evil, let me know in the comments below. Ouija is cool. Ouija is awesome. So yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. I thought I'd talk about it for a little bit. The next one I have is The Ring, the American one, of course. I mean, I love the Japanese one. The Japanese one is amazing. They're both basically just about the same thing. The only difference is this is Americanized, and I believe the people who worked on this one was also the same people who worked on the Japanese one too. I'm not too familiar with a lot of directors' names. I'm still a horror noob, despite like watching horror movies for almost 10 years now. So yeah, I have it right here, the exclusive steelbook that was out. I love it, very shiny, 7 days. I recommend you guys to watch this movie. If you're not familiar with The Ring, I'm pretty surprised, but it's okay. I'm not gonna judge. We don't judge here on Toby Pasta Frights. The Ring essentially is about a cursed VHS tape. And if you play it, you have 7 days before Samara gets you. I know the Japanese one, I believe, is Sadako. And this one is, I think in English, it is Samara. I just haven't watched this movie in quite a while, but I really love it. The 2000s atmosphere, the teal-colored movie vibe. I don't know. There's something about early 2000s horror movies that are just special. Like, I really like 13 Ghosts, Sam Raimi's The Grudge. That one's pretty good. It's close to the top 5 for me, but The Ring kind of beats The Grudge for me. So that was that one. And another one is this made me fall in love with found footage movies. As above, so below. This movie was actually filmed in the catacomb. It's a found footage movie about trying to find the mysteries of, I think, Nicholas Flamel, I say that name right, a philosopher. Supposedly there's something with the philosopher. There are a bunch of explorers who go down to catacombs to uncover dark secrets. And this one, I think I watched this movie at least 4 to 5 times. As above, so below is a very fun, very, very fun found footage horror film. It's on Netflix as well, but if you want to purchase it, I have the link down below. I gotta let you know it's an affiliate link. So if you do click on it, it supports me and the content that you see here. So if you do decide to buy it through my link, thank you very much. So yeah, I recommend you guys see this. I don't really know much of the, Pierre. I don't really know too much of the actors and actresses in here, but it's very fun. I don't want to spoil too much, but you're gonna get scared. All right. Out of all of these, I think this one's like one of my most favorite. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This one out of the list, I would have to say, is the least scariest. It's a bunch of fun, silly clowns who come from space who cause terror on a small town. I have the exclusive version from Arrow Video. And yeah, it's a very fun watch, very campy, not too serious, but there are some parts in here that are pretty unnerving. Of course, if I had to choose a favorite clown out of all of these, it would have to be Shorty. Look at that cute little guy right here. And last but not least, I have Halloween. Halloween is literally one of my most favorite franchises. Next to Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. I still have to go through all the Nightmare on Elm Street. No. I have to still go through a lot of the Friday the 13th. The 7th one, the telekinesis one. Nightmare on Elm Street, I still have a New Nightmare to watch. I watched over half of it. But the reason why I added this one to some of my most favorite horror movies has to be, it's a fun watch. Very good music score, of course, by John Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis, and I believe her debut role. I could be wrong. I do have to say, I think this movie put her on the map. But it's a fun watch, especially around Halloween. Fun slasher, cool cheesy effects. This was a low budget film, I believe. It wasn't that high of a budget film, but it was a groundbreaking piece. I believe this was one of the movies that kicked off slashers, and I think this one inspired Friday the 13th. I believe. I could be wrong. If you know more information about that, tell me in the comments below. But yeah, in no particular order, those are my favorite horror movies. But if I did have to rank them out of 5, let's put me on the spot and see which one I think are my most favorite out of all these. All right, let's see. We'll start with number 5. Number 5, I would... Man, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Okay, so I'm gonna put The Ring at 5, Halloween at 4, Ouija Origin of Evil at 3, As Above, So Below at 2, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space at 1. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good line, like pretty good top 5. Who knows? Maybe in a year from now it's gonna change. Of course, a close contender was Malignant. I really love Malignant a lot, and I used to consider it at the top, but I'm gonna have to give it a rewatch. There's a few modern releases that I need to give a rewatch, and it might overlap and maybe beat these 5 contenders. But yeah, I know not many classics, a lot of modern ones, but you know, why gatekeep? Why gatekeep horror? Horror is a huge spectrum with a bunch of movies. Everybody should be allowed to love which horror movies they want to love. Love B horror movies? Oh, go get it. That's awesome. You love the PG-13 teenager jumper movies in the theater, you know, when they scream high-pitched? Go for it. Slashers, or if you're the crazy type of people and like the extreme horror movies like Cannibal Holocaust and Audition, go for that too. But yeah, horror is horror. Horror should be for everyone. You like to get scared, of course. Are you happy, Pierre? The boy is happy. Well, anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video and you want to keep watching my fun horror time. Subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.